More high school. I want to welcome to the ROK Podcast. More high schools. I want to welcome to the ROK Podcast Oklahoma State commit, and also more. I want to welcome to the ROK Podcast more Lions. Okay, we don't be recording this. Okay. I want to welcome to the ROK I want to welcome to the ROK Podcast Libby Jaques. What's up, Libby? How you doing?
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right.
Yes.
We got through that introduction. It was a lot.
It's a handful.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was a handful. I'm here with a special guest because she is going to Oklahoma State. So over the last 4 or 5 years, I've gotten to know this young lady pretty well just by watching her play softball and basketball and run track. What I want to do is just talk about her real quick, just introduce her. So let me grab all of her accomplishments right quick. Okay. This is all of this. Okay. So she's got in the Guinness Book of World Records of accomplishments here in Oklahoma. But no, let me read off a few. Well, let's start with her freshman year. She was all COAC conference second team in softball, and basketball she was all COAC conference honorable mention. In track she was a three-event state qualifier. And a 200, 400, and 4x1 and the 4x2. In the sophomore season in softball, regional champs, state semifinals, all district player of the year, all COAC conference player of the year, big city first team, nominated for the Oklahoma fast pitch player of the year. In basketball, she was also all conference, all big city second team. Man, this is just a sophomore year. Okay, so now junior year, all district player of the year again, all COAC conference player of the year again, big city first team. She won the fast pitch player of the year and the Oklahoma overall female athlete of the year. In basketball, she was second team, all conference, all district, big all city, and as well as track, she qualified for state again in 3 events. And 200, the 4x4, and the shot put. She was the conference champ in shot put, regional. Well, she just won state. We'll just say that. She won state in the shot put. She is the school record holder for the shot put at 46 feet and 7 inches, only 2 inches away from the state record. Now, her senior year, district player of the year, basically the same award she won her junior year, just she won them again. The all-conference player of the year, all-state, just a phenomenal career. Again, she's going to the Orange. She's going to Oklahoma State. You just had track meets already, right? And you've already broken a state record, or is state record, okay?
Yes, sir.
And it's currently ranked 4th in the nation.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, man, well, it is a pleasure, of course, to have you here and taking some time out your busy schedule, breaking records and stuff. I know you made time for little old me. So
Thank you for having me. It's amazing.
Who is Libby Jaques? Where were you born? Where were you raised?
I was born and raised in Moore. I've lived here like my whole life, but it's amazing. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I guess with softball, you've traveled a lot of places.
Yes.
with the A's and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And your entire family are athletes.
Yes.
Just
sir.
about
Yeah.
everybody has played sports or done something around
Yes.
sports. So tell me about your mom and dad, your brothers.
My mom and dad. My dad played football at Texas A&M in Kingsville, and
Okay.
my mom played softball at Texas A&M in Kingsville, which is where they met.
Okay, where they met.
And they
okay.
had my brother in Kingsville.
Okay.
And he's actually playing in football in Kingsville right now.
Okay.
He's a defensive end, and he's going on to his senior year. He's a redshirt senior.
Okay.
He redshirted his freshman year. But he's defensive end for them, and he's phenomenal.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay.
Has good stats. And then my middle brother, he's going to OU right now, and he's in the Pride of Oklahoma, the band.
Yep.
Plays tuba.
Yep. Okay.
But he used to play football
Okay.
when he was younger.
Still around sports though, huh?
He played football all the way through junior high, but in junior high he found the love for band, and he just continued, and he's phenomenal. Like, he's always been first chair. Like, anything that my family, I think, does, they set their mind to it, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Y'all are some competitors.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
You got to be in that household.
That's probably why you get all this you want to beat, break every record.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's a good attribute to have. And
Yes,
so,
definitely.
what was your childhood growing up in a household like that? You got big brothers that are Did they bully you around a little bit? Or
Oh,
did you?
definitely. Yeah, it's a rough household. My mom will tell you we don't have nice things anymore
Okay.
because we all
Everything's
just
broken?
Yeah, we break everything. We try to replace it, but then we just re-break
Just
it.
break it again.
Yeah, so we don't have nice things around. There's only a couple glass dishes left. You always got to try and be seen. So being seen is like being the best around. And if it's and we make everything a competition. We'll make watching TV a competition.
Now, how do you do that?
So when commercials come on, this is a funny story. Me and my brothers all learned it.
Okay.
Or like played it, I guess. When commercials come on the TV, whoever can name that commercial first wins.
Okay.
So we literally
That's-
we'll make anything a competition to see who could be the best at it.
That's a good one. I hadn't heard of that one.
Competition, running in the backyard. I was always trying to be faster than them.
Okay.
Anything can be a competition. Who can catch the most marshmallows in their mouth? Like
Okay, just anything.
we'll make anything a competition, and we'll be like, yeah, I was the best today at eating. I was the best at the commercial game. Like anything we can think of is going to be a competition for us.
Absolutely. So your dad, I met your dad before.
Yes.
He's kind of just a laid back fellow, and I've seen him get rowdy a few times at basketball games. But
you can get him.
But is he normally just kind of just laid back most of the time?
Yeah, and then he's usually laid back. But whenever he's like, you like tell him like, hey, I want to work out, but I need to do these sets, and if I'm tired, I need you to push me. He's gonna push me to be the best I can be. Like he's gonna seem laid back, but he's honestly wants the best for me, and he'll push me. And then you don't see it, but after we get in the car after the game, he'll be like, sure, what did you have? You had a double-double tonight. That was enough. You didn't have a triple-double. Like he's always pushed me to be better, and so is my mom. They're both the same way. They'll both be rowdy, and they'll always be on my side. So it's amazing.
I've heard your mom a few times.
Oh yeah, you can always hear him in this dance.
Yeah. So can you tell me? Maybe you probably had this asked before. Who's the toughest in the household?
Probably my oldest brother, Blake,
Yeah.
the one that is playing football.
Okay.
Yeah, the defensive end.
Yeah.
He's probably the toughest. He always pushed me to be better though. We'll always go work out together. I'll always race him. But yeah, he's the toughest.
Is that the one that comes back and works with you, training with you in basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So, did you have any role, like when you were growing up, did you have any role models or people that pushed you or motivated you? I know you mentioned your dad will push you, through weights and stuff, but
honestly,
was it just family?
Yeah, my whole family pushes me. I always wanted to be better than both my brothers. My family, I always looked up to my mom and dad. They played college sports. They made it through college. They got degrees. Both my brothers are doing it now, and I just want to be better.
You're the last one going through it.
Yeah.
Huh? So how many other sports did you play growing up?
I played 4. I just added
Did you play
soccer
football? Did you play football a little bit?
No, I just did soccer. Okay. I would go out and join football practices.
Okay.
My dad was the coach.
Okay.
And I'd be like, I'd turn everything into a competition. I was like, I would like make the boys line up, and I was like, I'm gonna race them. So I went out there and raced them one day, and I beat them.
You get them.
But they all got mad. They were like, she's not wearing shoulder pads. She's not wearing all this gear. So next practice, I got all geared up and raced them again. And then they kept coming up with excuses. They're like, well, she didn't go through the whole practice. And I was like, all right, guys, I can't embarrass you going you through the whole practice.
Right.
Like you don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just.
That's funny. That's funny. They got every excuse why they're losing. Yeah. Just gotta suck it up. Did you have any significant like challenges as far as maybe injuries when you were growing up, like middle school?
Well, right now I'm facing a minor injury with my PCL. Yeah,
okay.
I have a little sprain in my PCL and a deep bone bruise right now.
Okay.
But once I get healed up.
Was that from
the Westmore game? Yeah, it was from a basketball game.
Okay.
When we played Westmore. It was the second to last basketball game.
So you were always playing multiple sports?
Yeah, always.
Okay, gotcha. Still in your early years, and I can imagine I can probably guess the answer, but did you ever get so frustrated that you wanted to quit a sport or quit playing or anything like that?
I don't think I ever got. I definitely got frustrated, but I don't think I ever wanted to quit.
Okay.
Quitting's never an option. That's
what I thought. Yeah.
Quitting's not an option, especially not in my family. You're gonna stick through it till the end, and then the very end of the season, if you like my brother did, he talked about it, but he had a backup option and he excelled at it.
Good.
But definitely getting frustrated, yeah. But if you didn't get frustrated, then the sport would just be easy and everybody would do it.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
There's always. The frustrations are going to come, but you can overcome that, definitely.
Gotcha. So when you got to high school, you ran track, softball, basketball. You didn't do soccer in high school, did you?
No, I dropped it in elementary school.
Okay, because
junior high, I just jumped up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So of those 3 sports, which one do you like the most?
Honestly, I love all of them, but there's a deep love for softball, of course, going to Oklahoma State for it, so. There's deep love for that. But honestly, I just love different things about like each sport. Like basketball, I just think it's crazy like how I get to go out there and compete with all these like phenomenal athletes that are doing basketball year round, and me being able to just whatever I can do for the team, like dive on the court, like dive on the floor if you want that loose ball. If you want a rebound, I'll get it for you. Like, but I'm like rebounding over all these girls that are playing like year round, which is amazing to me. Like I just love competing, and they win sometimes, and I win sometimes. It's just how basketball goes. And then track, I love getting faster. I love being, it honestly prepares me for softball. I feel like I'm faster around the bases. I'm stronger throwing. It's just honestly, I love all of it, and I love just competing against everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, everything works together. So,
yeah, it's all has
it
a
all
good
translates.
role.
So in basketball, and you know, I need you to answer this honestly as you can. Okay. All right, and I got video evidence.
Okay.
Have you ever punched somebody secretly in basketball?
I've definitely never punched somebody. I've definitely probably got away with some fouls.
Yeah.
There's some fouls I've gotten away with. I don't think I've ever went to punching somebody. A couple of shoves here and there, you know.
Yeah.
Games get physical. That's what basketball's about, which I love being physical. Like, it's an amazing part of the sport. But I don't think I ever punched anybody.
Okay.
No, but definitely got away with some fouls and shoving.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen you. And it was fun to watch you play too.
Thank you.
So in softball, tell me, what was your like a game day ritual for you? What did you do like after school or whenever before the game was going to start?
Okay.
So what, like a couple of hours before the game starts? What's your day?
Whatever time we have to be there, you got to wake up and prepare. But every morning I have to go out and hit with my mom, and my mom would be working night shift, so I have to wait for her to come home and be like, "Come on, Mom, we got to go." Get ready. She was like, set up the machine and I'll be out there and start on the tee work. And so she'd always make sure that I got my hitting in, because I always wanted to hit. I want to make sure I'm prepared for the game, prepared for who I'm pitching or who's pitching. So I'd go out and hit in the backyard before every game. I had to make sure I had a lot of cuts in. I was feeling my swing, like I was in the groove.
Now, what if you're like on a travel game? How do you make that happen, or can you?
Yeah.
You just gotta. Like what if you're in Texas, so you got to find somewhere to go?
So we bring the bow net and tees and balls. We travel with it, yeah.
Okay,
and then we set it up. We're in a hotel. We find an empty parking lot. We'll set it up.
Man, I'm telling you. Okay,
I have to get my pregame hitting in. Like my morning hitting with my mom is like a must. Like, especially her being out there like critiquing. I'm like, it doesn't feel right, but I don't know what's not feeling right. She'd be like, well, you're dropping your bat. Can you not feel it? And I'm like, no. And she's helping me out. She's like, well, you're dropping your bat. That's what you need to fix, and I'll fix it. Like having her out there to help means a lot to me. And her being able to take time, like especially if she worked the night before, her being able to come out there and like support me and like help me and talk me through it is amazing.
And like so she's a registered nurse, right? Or
she's a respiratory therapist.
Respiratory therapist. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So she has those night shifts where.
Yeah. Just depends on the night. Some nights it's easier than others. Some nights it's not. It just depends on how her night went. But.
Okay.
She's always there for me, which is amazing. Like she'll be working night after night after night.
No matter how tired she is.
Yeah, no matter how tired she is, she'll always be out there.
Gotcha.
I don't think I've ever seen her miss a hitting session. If you tell her you want to hit, she will definitely be out there with you.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you do right before you go up to hit?
Oh yeah, I have to clean out the box.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know, like even if like the ball, even if it's turf, I'll clean it out. Like I just have a thing like I have to like flatten out the surface.
Yeah.
That's like a big one. I have to clean out the box every time before I bat. But in the mornings, I gotta have my McDonald's meal. I like to eat a hotcakes and sausage and a strawberry banana smoothie.
Okay, so pretty soon you're gonna be saying that on the McDonald's commercial. Hopefully,
McDonald's.
You know how like Angel Reese had it.
I like the chicken minis.
Yeah, there you go.
I like some chicken minis.
Okay, Chick-fil-A,
Whataburger.
Whataburger. Hey,
their honey butter chicken biscuit.
Okay, NIL.
I can grub, but honestly, any food
Buffalo Wild Wings.
I can find a way to any food I'll find a way to grub on.
Okay. All right, there you go. There's your spot, Libby Jaques. Okay, so at what age did you think, or did you know you were going to be a great athlete or a great player? Or
honestly, I don't think there was a time that I didn't think I was going to be great. Like,
okay, yeah,
not
not
like that, but like,
that's how you gotta be.
Sorry, not like that.
No, that's perfect. That's a perfectly good answer. Right? Hey,
but no, like, I
never thought you were going to be a failure.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Like, I didn't see failing as an option in my family. Honestly, like I always saw my brother succeed, my parents succeeded. I was like, I can't fail. Like, I got to be great. I got to be something. Like, I can't, just because I'm the youngest, just because I'm the, like, only girl out of the three of us, like, doesn't mean I can quit or I can fail. Like, I always, like, I got to be great. And you honestly have to have that mindset sometimes. Like, if you're not better than the pitcher out there, then they already have you beat before you step in that box. Like, if you don't think you're the best one, like, if you don't think you're going to hit this, like, or if you're going to bunt this, or if you're going to do whatever the team needs you to do, like, if you don't think you can do that off that pitcher, she has you beat.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and that goes not even just sports. That's life.
Yeah.
And so you got to be the best respiratory therapist, and you got to be the best coach and best podcaster. Hey, no. So, but you got to want to put out the best to be the best. And so, I mean, I totally understand it. All my three of my children, played next level sports, and I'm so proud of them. But they kind of brought on the mindset of that same mentality. We can't lose. It's not an option. So, I respect that answer totally. So, so in track, you were just about every year, you were a state qualifier in at least 3 events.
Oh yeah,
every year.
Every year, definitely.
And so, so let me ask you, were you pushed into these events, or did you just how many did you do outside of the state qualifying events?
You can only do 4.
Okay.
So I honestly wanted to do more than 4. Like, I wanted you to put me in the 400, put me in the 4x4, put me in the 4x2, put me in the 4x1, put me in the open 1, open 2, shot.
You
want me to long jump? Like I wanted to be put in everything. Like, I just want to do everything. I want to be the best person I can be for my team. Yeah. But they only limit you to 4 events. So, and including field, like, it can't just be 4 running, 4 field. Like, it's literally 4
combined,
total. Yeah. So.
Well,
I was down to 4 every year I filled out those 4. So usually I was in the 200, the 4x2, 4x4, and then shot are my most recent ones. Yes.
Gotcha. Did you ever? I'm assuming you got exhausted, but you're telling me you wanted to do more than you could.
Honestly, yeah. Well, regionals is a little different. So regionals, it's all one day. So it's like, but regionals you have a finalist round. So top 8, so like I'm running the 200, right? Mm-hmm. But I've already ran the 4x4 or the 4x2 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I already ran the 200. I made it in top 8 for the 200, so I have to rerun it again with the final 8. Yeah. So I have to run the 200 twice a day, and then the 4x1. If you qualify top 8, you got to run the 4x1 again. So I'm running like on top. So that was honestly a little difficult regional time. But state, they separate it into 2 days, so they do like the semifinalists and then the finalists. So that gives me a little bit of rest, which. Honestly, it's not bad having the day of rest. Good. But on the one day was a little rough, but got through it because everybody. I mean, the other girls were going through it too.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. So in softball, when you were, coach gives you your signal. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I want you to bunt the ball, whatever that means. Okay. And you ignore that signal and hit and do something else and swing away. Did you ever do that? Or you ignore the call and hit a home run or something?
There would be, so my sophomore or freshman year, because I was just a DH my freshman year here and there. I didn't really play in the field that much. They would do like huddle talks, but if you weren't in the field, you had to run down to the pole and back. And so they would talk in that huddle, but I always felt like I needed to run down to the pole and back because I wasn't playing the field and I wasn't getting, like, I was just sitting there. Okay. And so they would talk, and usually that's your batters, right? So they were like, don't swing until you get a strike. Like, don't swing.
Right, that's good. Yeah.
I'm running down the pole, so I don't hear this information.
Oh, okay.
And so I remember this definitely happened to me twice. And it's funny the way they both turned out good in my way. And I was like usually the third or fourth person to go up after they're like, don't swing until you get a strike. And at that time, the pitchers caught on, thank goodness. So she piped one, and I hit it over, and then I crossed home plate, and the coach was like, did you not listen to what I said? What are you doing? I mean, I'm happy, but what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, we told you don't swing. And I was like, you know you didn't. And they were like, yes, we did in the team huddle. I was like, oh, I was running to the foul pole. Yeah. That definitely happened to me twice. And then after that, they're like, you need to stay in this huddle. And then after we talked, then you can run. And I was like, okay.
I would have kept doing it. Just run, and you come back and hit a home run. I'm good. But that's funny. But at least you're hitting home runs.
I try my best not to ignore bunts. I like bunting because I'm fast.
Yeah, you're fast,
I like bunting, and if it moves my runner, it moves my runner. If that's what the team needs me to do in that moment, I'm going to do it.
I remember, so my daughter played it at Edmond Santa Fe, and we came out to more. And correct me if the setting was wrong. I think there was bases loaded. I remember that. There was 2 outs, and Santa Fe was ahead, just about maybe a 1 or 2 points maybe. But you came up to bat, and I'm telling my parents, and because I knew who you were, I said, they better not pitch to her. Okay, they better not pitch to her. I think it came down to 2 strikes. And next thing you know, home run, grand slam. I think it was a walk-off grand slam. And so, but
are you talking about when I walked it off?
Yeah.
It was, bottom of the 7th. We were home, so it was like, we were either tied or you guys were up by 1 or 2.
That was it.
I definitely remember I fouled off 2, like back to back, like foul. But I think I got a ball, fouled off, and I was like, all right,
exactly.
Got it 2 outs. I remember there was 2 outs too.
Yes,
and I remember I hit over the scoreboard. Like we were zooming in on the video. My dad videos every
went over
at
the
bat.
Scoreboard?
Yeah, and I think I still have the video somewhere.
As soon as you hit it, I just walked off. I didn't even see where it went. I just knew it was going over.
That was very amazing. That was awesome.
How many walk-off grand slams or home runs have you had in your career? Do you?
I don't even know.
Too many to count.
Definitely two walk-offs. I remember I had one in nationals.
Okay.
And it was like you have like one big final tournament. It's like your nationals. Like you play in the summer, but like this is the final one. And it was like we were deep in the game. College coaches are around because it's summertime before you're getting recruited. And I just remember being down, or I think we were tied, and it was like bottom of the same thing. I hit it over, and I was like, let's go, and just getting so excited.
I think I've seen some of those videos on Facebook.
Yeah,
your mom
honestly,
posted. Yeah. So in basketball, going back to basketball, do you remember a specific game in your career where you just dominated? Do you remember you have a game like that?
I don't know. I don't think I remember just like going out there and dominating, because honestly, I always had my team with me. So yeah.
You usually have like double doubles. And stuff like that.
That was a big goal of mine.
Yeah.
Make sure I have a double every game.
Yeah.
But
no specific memory of that you can
think of. No.
I mentioned, training with your brother, but you've trained with a friend of mine. We have a mutual friend with Katrina Mucker, and so how was it training with her?
It's amazing. Like just having her by my side and knowing that she comes to my games. If she's not there, she'll watch my film. Like we watch Huddle together. Like I'm logged in on Huddle and we'll watch it and break it down. And she's more of a point guard, so I get more of that point guard perspective, those point guard passes, and she's honestly there breaking it down, and it's a whole different view. And I don't think I'd have as good as a mindset as I do coming into basketball so late and like not playing year round and just coming in after softball. Just honestly having her on my team and like on my side, and she just treats me like I'm her own. Like I feel I call her my basketball mom. Like that's how close we are. Like she's an amazing trainer. Anything I need or had questions on, she was there and helped me immediately. And she was like, or she would give me different ways around it. I was like, I can't get around this big girl. Like there's no way. She's like, no, you can't say can't. You can do it. And she'd give me a way. She was like, you can do this move, and this move. And I was like, okay, yeah. And she'd be like, all right, let's try it. I'm going to smack you on it. Like, you're going to get smacked in there. And she would honestly like get me so prepared for the game. So it was amazing.
Yeah. Now, she's like 5'5" or something, like 5'4" or something like that. And so, and she told me, she said, she knocks me around like a rag doll and just kind of pushes her and punches you. And, but she did tell me that your brother would come back and work with y'all, and
he would come play some defense on me,
beat you up on, So
it's a different perspective, different height. You would really have to shoot over him. Katrina would have like the blocking pad and like lift it up, but having my brother, he's like 6'2", 6'3". Okay. He's like 6'3", 240. So like big, tall, muscular, like, and trying to push that around is difficult. Like, going from Katrina to that, it's like you got to really put work in and go through it. But having him to help train is amazing too. Yeah.
So during your high school career, can you have, or are there any embarrassing moments that you ever that you can remember?
So I didn't remember this one. It was regionals this year actually. We were playing Westmore, and it was like our final regionals game. Like we just won the first one, and we're up in the second one, and the pitcher like is trying to not. So she pitches the ball, catcher catches it, throws it back, and like I'm still off the bag a little bit. So she's trying to get me out at first. She doesn't get me. She like overthrows the ball, and the first baseman's not paying attention. Like first baseman doesn't see she's gonna do it. So the ball like rolls down our fence line, and so I'm like rounding second, rounding third. Like I'm gonna go for. Boom! Right after I rounded third, just smack down on the turf. I just ate it.
Okay.
And the catcher has the ball, and I have to hurry and like dive back to third.
Crawl back.
Yeah, so I like crawl back. It was so funny. And everybody's like staring. Like we had, like it was a regionals game, and it was Westmore, so like all the Westmore fans were in the stands, all of our fans, and it was like right after school, so some of our students were there. I remember our baseball team was cheering us on, and they were all just like, "Oh my gosh!" I just remember everybody was like staring. I was like, "Oh, that's gotta be embarrassing." That was embarrassing.
Yeah. Man, so you were safe.
I was safe. I got safe getting back. Yeah.
Okay, good. So you didn't.
No, I didn't get out, but I definitely did eat it big time in front of everybody.
Man, what about in basketball? Any moments that you can remember that you ever airball a free throw?
Oh yeah, I'm not the best free throw shooter. You can go back and look at my free throw stats. Not the best free throw shooter.
Okay.
But I do remember we were playing. It wasn't my embarrassing moment, but I have like a little pause when I shoot a free throw. It's like just like a breathing thing for me. Like I like have a little breath before I shoot it, and it usually gets some like people to fall over the line. I remember this one time this girl just like smacked right in front of me, and I like shoot the ball and like brick it so bad, but I get another shot, and I'm just like laughing, and I'm like, that would be something I'd do. Like I just knew it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you talk a lot of trash during the games?
No, not usually. I don't usually talk trash. No, I try to let my game just show. See what I have. And then someone talks trash to me, I try to laugh it off. Like make them seem.
Just show them, point at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
You know? In softball, who was your biggest rival? Was it Westmore or was it somebody else?
Maybe Southmore.
Southmore.
They always had a good softball team. Yeah.
Okay.
And they were like Crosstown.
Did you get to play against Talon?
Mm-hmm. I did my freshman year.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah, so you get to be teammates with her up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't wait.
What about basketball? Did you have any?
Basketball, I'd say Westmore.
Westmore?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, really can't have any rivals in track, can you?
Yeah, it's more like people.
Yeah, it's more individual.
Yeah. Mustang has a really good girl. I've always raced against her. She's amazing. She's really fast. Jordan Atkinson. She's amazing. We always race. She used to go to Southmore, and then she went over to Mustang because I think her dad was the coach at Southmore, and then he got a Mustang job.
Okay.
But she's phenomenal at the 1, the 2. Like I always talk to her. She's really nice. Like she's amazing.
Cool.
And I know there's some decent shot putters out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's always.
And is there another one from that's has a state? I saw somebody from Oklahoma that was like in the country where you were ranked number 4.
Yeah,
It might have been
Broken Arrow girl. I know whenever we throw against Broken Arrow, she's in the 40s, and there's an Owasso girl. She's in the 40s too.
Okay.
But the Owasso girl is actually she'll be my roommate in college. Her name's JL Austin.
Okay. So with all the accolades that you've won, all the accolades that she's won, do you have a goal sheet for each year?
Oh, yeah.
You have a goals that you set for each year?
Each year, each sport. Even academically, like, I always have goals for everything, honestly, yeah.
Okay.
Me and my parents set them up.
Sounds like you probably reach them all because you win in everything. But
yeah.
When you don't reach a goal, what do you do? How does that affect you?
It just pushes me to be better. Like, I will go out and work harder. Like, one of my biggest goals was win state and everything. Like, win state in softball, win state in math, and everything. I remember we didn't even make it to state my freshman year in softball.
Okay.
And I was like, no, that's not happening again. Like,
right.
I'm not going down again. And so each year we made it to state, but we didn't finish. But
how many banquets have you attended? Like, were you getting
usually
awards?
3 to 4. I think this year I'm up to 5 though that I got to attend.
Okay.
Usually like 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6. Yeah, I think I'm up to 5 right now.
Man, that's crazy. So there was a young lady that I knew from the past. She played in my she played in my middle school basketball all-star game, Super 16 all-star games. Her name is Madeline Bills, and it's almost coming up on 2 years that we tragically lost her. She was a teammate of yours at Moore, and so can you tell me a little about how your friendship was with her?
So she was a junior when I was a freshman. And honestly, her and her best friend, her name was Kayla Jones.
Okay.
She played at Norman. They honestly took me in, like, from the very beginning, like, always very kind, always pushing me. Like, I feel like she was my upperclassman. Like, I looked up to her. Like, she was honestly, like, I looked up to her as a big athlete, like, student athlete, just being, like, the person she was. Like, she was nice. Yeah. She looked out for me, and coming from softball, I didn't have such a good relationship with any of them, or like any of the seniors. Like, they kind of treated me like crap. Like, they're like, you're the freshman, you need to do this, you need to do this. She was like, no, we don't do that around here. It's everything's split evenly. Everybody changes jobs here and there. Like, she didn't just treat me like I was just a freshman. Like to her, I was like a junior.
Right.
You could never tell the difference between a freshman or a junior on that team. It was honestly
That's
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to know their family pretty good. Just through basketball.
Yeah.
And Stephanie and just the people around her. Always good people. Were you? What's one of the things that you remember most about her?
Phenomenal 3-point shooter.
She can shoot. Yeah.
And she would tell you when she's open on the, like, I would rebound and I'd hear she do this little like woo woo like
Okay.
and she'd like flash her hands, and as soon as I heard that I was like, oh, she's open. And I knew she was gonna knock it down. Like I just had to find her and pass it to her, and she had it knocked down.
Yeah, that's why she made the All-Star team. She could shoot.
Yeah, she could shoot. She was a phenomenal shooter, and she was a lengthy guard. Like you pass something in her, like you pass something, she usually could like reach it and like block it out of there.
Yeah. Are there any funny or memorable moments with her?
So usually like after like senior night or like homecoming stuff, like there's just like helium balloons.
Mm-hmm.
So we would always take the helium balloons and cut them and like suck the helium out of them. And like we would always like sing different songs, or like we would like impersonate the coach, like Brent Hodges. We'd always be like, he'd be like, all right, let's go, get your shoes, like, get ready, get in the auction, let's work out. And we'd always do it with the helium, and it was just so funny.
That sound like the Chipmunks?
Oh yeah, it was funny. I have videos of it. It's amazing. I'll have to show you after, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. How has her legacy impacted everyone around her, as an athlete or as a person?
Just big. She honestly, like, just everything happened so quick. Like nobody expected it. She didn't even get to graduate, so that, like, I feel like I had to stand in a spot. She was like that light in my life, like from coming from that atmosphere from softball going into basketball. Like she honestly, like, I don't think I saw upperclassmen, like I viewed them so like awful. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be like her. She was that upperclassman, like I want to be like her. I don't want to be like the one that like, you need to do this, you need to do that. I want to be like, hey, I'll do this with you, or I'll come with you to do this. And we all, honestly, most of the girls, we all have bracelets. With her number and her name. Okay. So I always wear it. Yep. It has her name and her number's on the other side. I don't know. But yeah, honestly, all of us have it. We still have our locker up. We put pictures in our locker. So honestly, it still feels like you're with her. She's still here with me. Like my locker was right next to hers this year, and it felt like I was still with her. We put pictures in it. She even had her contacts still in there. Like but she was an amazing person, and I just wanted to be like, I wanted to be that kind of upperclassman. Like whenever I became a junior and a senior, like that's who I wanted to be like.
I'm pretty sure she's proud of you.
Yeah.
Just looking down, and I know she's proud of what you've done and what you've become and what you're doing. Yeah. And leading by example and being like her. So that's good stuff. That's good. We'll just talk about your recruiting process. Who was your first scholarship offer from? Or do you remember?
Okay, well, no, softball is a little different. So for softball, they cannot offer you until September 1st of your junior year.
Okay.
So, but they can offer you like right at midnight.
Okay. So who got the first one?
I have a big list.
Well, who was the first one? You don't remember who you talked to?
No, like, because it was honestly like back to back. Like I'd get a text, I'd get a text, I'd get a text, I get a call, I get a call, I get a call, I get a text, I get a call, I get a text, like. And even my mom's phone was ringing.
And this is all at midnight.
This is all at midnight. And I have a school night. Like, it's a school night the next morning. Like, it was insane.
So did you have any idea that OSU was recruiting you? Or, I mean, you had been to, like, camps and probably stuff and
definitely. I went to some Texas camps. Yeah. I went to, like, these big camps that, like, a lot of coaches are at. Like, I went to this one camp down in Texas, but it was, like, Houston was there. Tech was there. Baylor was there. Some smaller schools were there.
All the Big 12, probably. Yeah.
But it was just like different camps like that, and then there was camps like OU. I went to some OU camps. I went to some OSU camps. I went to Arkansas camp. I went like anywhere.
What drew you to OSU? I know you had some Oklahoma State ties. But
so
some type of way.
my grams worked there.
Okay.
Which is my grandma, my mom's mom.
Okay.
She was actually a counselor at OSU whenever that plane crash happened.
Yeah.
And so she was the girls basketball counselor.
Okay.
So she would travel with them and everything. Like, especially it was like really big that they needed a counselor because that whole crash that happened. So she was there for them, and so I always just tell people, I was like, yeah, my grand, she plays OSU. She plays for basketball. Like, she plays for the OSU women's team. Like,
okay.
And they were like, no, that's not right. But like, honestly, just like, I literally grew up, like, I got to go in the locker room with them. I got to go tour with my my grams would take me everywhere. And I would go to camps. Like, she'd bring me to camps. Players would pick me up to let me dunk. Like, I was like, I'm gonna dunk, and they're like, yeah, you are. And I would go home and be like, Mom, guess what I did at camp today? And she was like, what? And I was like, I dunked. She was like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yes, I did. And so it was honestly, like, from the beginning, it was I got to do that, and then so I would honestly go to basketball camps. Then I transitioned over to softball, and the coaches, honestly, like, they made it feel like home for me, and like the little small town feel. It's a beautiful, like, up there. I love it. Like, I don't think I could see myself anywhere else.
As you're going to these camps, were you even worried about being recruited? Like, did you knew you were going to get a scholarship?
Yeah. Well, there was a period in my sophomore year, the fall of my sophomore year. You only go to like a couple fall tournaments with your team. And there was a point where I literally felt like I could not even touch the ball. Like, I was striking out. Yeah, there was just something, I couldn't touch the ball. And my sophomore year, like, I was about to go into my junior year, and I need to get recruited, and that's what they look at. And I remember just that off season, I was just grinding away, and I had like a phenomenal summer, and it was an amazing summer, and I was like, it was almost like I needed that to see, like, you need to keep working, like, just because you just in school ball. Because it was like I had just came from school ball. I got like this long load, and like I got too long, so these pitchers are throwing faster in travel ball. Yeah. And so I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't like switch over. And it was like, oh, cool, you got player of the year, and you got player of the year at high school. It doesn't look like you can touch a ball like at this level.
Yeah, it's different.
So it was like, it was different, and I definitely needed that to be able to like figure out how to flip a switch. Like,
when you were getting those calls and texts, how did you communicate with all those coaches? I mean, were you able to communicate with all of them?
So the rules are, you can communicate on like you can communicate in person, but it has to be on their campus. Right. You can't talk to them when they're scouting your game unless you're a junior or above, like your junior year, like September 1st of your junior year or above. You can email them, you can tag them on Twitter. Like, I was constantly like tagging coaches, posting everything, like everything I can. That was like a big part. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you did all the right things. You performed, and you communicated, and you did your part in reaching. You probably your mom did too. I mean, were there any unexpected challenges or surprises during your recruiting journey?
I'd probably go back to that September 1st, my junior year. I was
just that summer.
I was like, it was like that 12 o'clock. I was like, no way, coaches are gonna call me at 12 o'clock. It's school night. Like, I gotta go to school tomorrow. There's no way. Like, and I was up till 2:30 that night, like replying to texts, answering calls. And then even that next morning, I got a call in math class from Clemson, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, my teacher's teaching a lesson. And so it was honestly overwhelming. Like, I did not realize how much it'd be, and like how many coaches would actually like call. Stuff would be in the mail. Like, it was insane. Like, I think that was unexpected, definitely.
Yeah, teacher. Hey.
Yeah, excuse
me. Hold on, Miss so-and-so. Yeah, I got Clemson. No.
Yeah.
No. So obviously OSU is your final commitment. How long have you been committed to them? Like, since you're junior, or since you can't commit?
I think I committed September, like early September. I heard all the other coaches out, and I went on campus to OSU.
Is that your only visit?
Yeah, they were my first visit, and they were my only visit.
That's the same with me.
Yeah. And they made it feel like home, and they gave me good numbers. The staff was amazing. The players that are on there right now, and they're continuing, and just I love everything about the program. So everything sounded right to me. Yeah.
You know when you know. Yeah. So being recruited, what advice would you give to another athlete going through the same thing as you? What would you look back on and say, what would you do differently? What advice would you give?
I'd find a way to stand out any chance you got, especially at a camp. Stand out, say something, make them remember you. Make a Twitter, definitely. Yep. Always keep your Twitter updated, post on it, constantly tag people, tag to the point where you're like, no way, they're like tag them, post on it. Send emails, but honestly, I think a lot of coaches would rather prefer you handwrite a letter. Like, after a camp, like, write it, like, I love this camp. It was amazing. Thank you so much for having me. Like, they get so many emails a day, and if you are going to email them, make sure you have like a catchy title to like hook them on. Like, they're not just going to click on, softball highlights, recruit. Like, you need to give them something like big and like bold, like they're gonna be like, now what's this kid? I would put a 6-foot power hitter with speed, and they'd be like, that doesn't sound right, and like
or 2 grand slams in one weekend.
You had to do something to stand out, definitely. So yeah, I'd find a way to stand out definitely with any of your strengths, and make sure whenever you're out of camp, like just show who you are, and like be the best you can be at the camp.
Absolutely, that's good stuff. So I'm sure you heard of name, image, and likeness, NIL, and what are your thoughts about it nowadays? What do you think about it?
I think it's amazing that athletes are getting paid. Like they deserve that, especially with their name and everything. But I think a bad part could be is people like start to focus too much on that, and then they lose it. But honestly, like some people are getting like life-changing money from it, which I think is phenomenal. Like they put in the work and time and effort. Like they put into it, but you also can't get too caught up in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I recently interviewed a former WNBA player. She was on my last podcast, but she says sometimes that they put the priority, instead of it used to be the sport and then get paid. Now it's how much am I going to get paid, and then what about the sport comes. So yeah, that can be a negative. What would be your dream NIL deal?
Chick-fil-A is pretty great.
Chick-fil-A?
I love to grub. Chick-fil-A is a good one. Snickers. I love getting a Snickers like as a snack.
Okay. No apparel, no vehicles, or what?
If you want, I like anything free. If you're gonna give me like a car for free, I'll take it.
Well, you gotta perform.
Honestly, gotta perform first. But I'm a big Nike fan, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, Nike's a big. I'm a big fan, and OSU. OSU is sponsored by Nike, so.
Right. Talent. When I interviewed Talent, she came up in a yellow Mustang.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
And she said, this is I just got it off the lot.
Yeah. So if it's free, I'll take it. Definitely.
But that's how soon do you think, have they already talked about stuff that how they work with athletes as far as the NIL?
Yeah, they give you some insight on
and
it.
All that stuff.
But I just try not to get too hooked on it. Like I'm here for my sport.
Right.
And if that comes, that comes. But I need to perform first and be who I am for the team. Like that's who they brought me on. They brought me to be here for the team. Something like I have a role on the team, and I need to perform that before I can think of anything else.
Yeah. One of the last things I asked you, or the last thing that I'll ask you is, so you played basketball and you know about softball as well, but in games and contests, there are momentum shifts in games, which can determine a game. Just like in life, were there any momentum shifts in your life that affected you negatively or positively in your life?
I remember my freshman year, going back to that regionals. We were at Edmond Memorial, and again, my goal, like going to state. It's my freshman year, first sport. Like I want to go to state and I want to win state. Like that's my goal. And I remember we got beat out.
And you didn't make it to state.
We didn't even make it to state. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We got beat out to Edmond Memorial, and I was like, no, I'm not letting that happen again. We're not getting beat out. So my sophomore year, I remember we're playing Westmore, and we're in the 12th inning. I just like a switch flipped in me. Like it's Westmore. Yeah, we went 12 innings this game. The score was like 20-21. That's what the final score was, like 21-20. And I had 4 bombs that game.
Man,
like something flipped in me. Like rival school. I'm not losing again. I'm not gonna make it to state. Like if there's a way we can make it to state, like we're going. Like I don't care how hard this is gonna be. And my best friend, she walks it off. She's a lefty slapper, Shay Compton. I remember she slapped it, got a single, scored the runner on third.
Yeah.
We won the regionals, and I was like, let's go.
Going to state.
Yeah. We're going to state. Like, that was definitely a big change. Like, and we went to state every year after that.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, Libby, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me, and I wish you luck, and I'm proud that you're going to be a cowboy, cowgirl. Sorry, going to be a cowgirl, and
Thank you so much for having me on the podcast. It's been amazing.